What's up guys, it's Woolf from Scratch and welcome back to another Civilization 5 guide. Last time I did the Arabian civilization led by Harun al-Rashid. Really cool trade civilization, which has been modified since Brave New World. But since Brave New World, their trade routes, they are the best trade civ in the game. The extended range, double oil comes in nice, means double the amount of bombers, tanks and anything that requires oil. So, really cool civilization, which you can check out from last week. So this time, due to popular request, or due to a certain request, I'm going to do the German civilization instead of my regular list. Now I will explain the list I do have. A while back in Gods and Kings, I had a list where it was on chronological order of the leaders. So that's why Egypt with Ramses II, which is like 4000 BC or 2000 BC, was first. And that's why generally on this list Gandhi will be last. However, if you guys really do want to see a specific civ come out, if you really want to see it, if I haven't done it yet, just say it in the comments and I will do it. I'm very happy to modify my list. It's just something to go along. Anyway, so straight to the German civilization and let's just check them out.
In 1871, the Little Wars. Despite enduring great catastrophe in the first half of the 20th century, leader, Great Prince of Bismarck, the German people look to you to lead them to greater days of glory. Their determination is strong, and they turn to you, their beloved Iron Chancellor, to guide them once more. Will you rule and conquer through blood and iron, or foster the Germanic arts and industry? Can you build a civilization that will stand the test of time?
Lovely. So, Germany's special ability is Thula Teutonicus, which is, as you can see, when you defeat a barbarian unit inside the encampment, there is a 67% chance that A, you'll get the 25 gold from destroying the encampment, and that the unit that is inside that encampment, whether that's a brute, horseman, paratrooper, XCOM squad, etc., you'll be able to get that unit, which is absolutely fantastic. You also, as an overall, pay 25% less for your land unit maintenance. And already, this establishes Germany as quite a large, aggressive civilization. The 25% means they can field larger armies, and that means they can also field armies very quickly, due to the fact that barbarians, you kill, you grab that unit, and that makes it really, really strong. It makes it a very strong special ability, and it's probably one of the funnest. I do recommend for anyone who's just starting out for Civ to have a play as Germany, because I think that's an absolutely fantastic ability, and it makes the game really quite fun. So, that's their special ability done. Let's see Germany's unique building, the Hansa, and the unique unit, the Panzer. No Panzerhund, unfortunately, although I'm sure someone will do a Wolfenstein mod out there in the Steam workshop. If someone hasn't, please do a Wolfenstein mod. Anyway, let's move on to Germany's unique building. Right, so from researching banking, you'll unlock the German unique building, the Hansa. This building replaces the bank, as I said, and you get 5% production for each trade route your Civ has with a city-state, as well as the more regular bonus since Brave New World of that trade routes from other Civs to your Hansa will generate more gold, which is always quite nice. But the real bonus with this is the production from the city-states. Since you're Germany, and you should be warring about just about everyone, domination strategy is the way to go here. City-states are the only people you're going to be able to trade with. Simple enough. And the incentive to trade with them is brought by that extra production, which as production is always really, really nice. So it's quite an interesting, and it's not a bad bank replacement. It's quite nice in a nice little mid-game buff, which goes along quite nicely with Germany's warmongering. So, also to add right here is a little, I'm not sure whether to call it a glitch, or maybe it's done purposefully by Firaxis, but as you can see, the example of Fura Teutonicus is here, the German hand axe, which is something of course I cannot build, I can only get from a barbarian encampment. Now, to upgrade this, I would require an upgrade to a knight, which means I have a horse. However, as you can see, I have two horses. One here and somewhere else in the Americas. Always get eccentric. So if I have no horses, how do they get this horseman unit? Well, like Fula Teutonicus, I have captured it from a barbarian encampment. However, this unit which I've captured does not go towards my overall strategic resource cap, or whatever, cap. So I can field, theoretically, if I kill 5 barbarian encampments, which their unit is horsemen, I can have 5 horsemen for no cost. The cost will be, of course, when I have to upgrade them, because I don't have the horses to upgrade into knights. But that's a nice little, I'm not sure whether a glitch, have to ask Firaxis that. But it's a nice little fact about Fula Teutonicus, which I thought would be quite interesting to show you. Anyway, so that's the unique building the Hansa talked about. Let's move on to the infamous unique unit, the Panzer.
The root of the evil is not the construction of new, more dreadful weapons. It is the spirit of conquest.
So upon researching combined arms, you'll be able to unlock Germany's unique unit, the Panzer. The Panzer is superior to the tank, of which it replaces, in that it has a higher defensive strength, 80 compared to the regular tank's 70, and it has 6 movement compared to the regular tank's 5. So, there we go, lovely. I should have probably listened to the quote. But, let's have a look, and upgrading course from a land ship. Look at this. Look at this nice little tank. It looks quite pretty, actually. I do like this. Anyway, and it's quite fitting I'm in North Africa, considering the German North African campaign, where really tank warfare was everything. Demonstrated the fast nature of it all. Anyway, oops. Anyway, so the Panzer, I think, is a much better unit than the regular tank. Better in every single way. It's a faster, stronger, and it's exactly what you want. It's tougher, and it makes excellent for blitzkrieg strategies, which are what Germany can do at its very best. So, to summarize the German civilization as a whole, it simply would be attack. Germany is an absolute warmongering civilization, which has had some changes since Brave New World. Originally in Gods and Kings, the Hansa did not exist. It's a Brave New World special, we'll say that. Germany had the Landsknecht, which was a pikeman replacement, of which it was just simply a cheaper unit, not any way better except for the lower production cost. There was a spam unit, and it was quite useful, an expendable unit just to throw at the walls. As you know now, the Landsknecht is part of the mercenary army policy tenant in commerce. So it still exists, it's just in a different form. Germany is probably one of the most aggressive civilizations in the game, and it's for good reason. They should be feared. When they get going, Germany is nearly unstoppable, really. Panzers really are to be feared. While treating them like a regular tank, when playing against them, remember that they're tougher and they can move faster. So, in terms of tank-to-tank combat, you just can't chase these guys down. You have to trap them. Anti-tank guns are the way to go here, which makes sense. After all, they are a tank. You would use an anti-tank gun. When playing as Germany, the Hansa is really quite a nice unit as a bank replacement. Gives all the regular stuff, the gold bonus and so on, and the Brave New World special trade bonus, which when both civs connect. However, the bonus towards city-states is really important, as after all, if you're going for domination and victory, which you should be as Germany, then the only people you're going to be able to trade with is city-states, after all. That is, those that aren't allied against you. So the bonus production goes really handy, especially for this start which I have here with all the desert, which means a low production start. Since I'm in the modern era as well, I can't build the Petra Wonder, which would be really what you'd want to do in a desert start. In terms of social policies for Germany, you really should be going down a warmongering path. That is, if you look at what I've sort of adopted here loosely, due to what the culture you get from starting in late game, honor is an absolute must. The bonus towards barbarians will really come in handy with Furor Teutonicus, which is useful. Having the notification to know where a barbarian in camp spawns means you can just crack down on where they are, and that means you should be able to get those extra bonus units quite nicely. As well as the gold bonus, it's always quite nice, and the faith for great generals isn't too bad. The culture is also really nice and honor. Liberty can be quite nice. You are generally going to be going wide, so tradition is generally not so good. Commerce can be quite handy, in fact. Having the gold bonuses from your trade routes and caravans, which will come in more buffed when you get your Hansas. Having that bonus can be quite nice to field the large army you are going to have. Rationalism also isn't too bad if you can pop it in there, but honor and commerce really is the way to go. In terms of ideology, autocracy all the way. It's the obvious domination path. Anything for generals, units, it's all an autocracy, and it suits Germany quite fine. And it sort of looks like a typical German soldier, that portrait there anyway. So it all fits, really. So that's my guide to the German civilization. Next week I will be modifying away from my guide again. I've got a friend going by a popely name. I won't mention him for anonymous reasons. And he's just starting out, and he picked the English civilization. So I think I'm going to do him a favour, and I'm going to do a guide to the English. So stay tuned for that. I hope you've enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay tuned for more. Die! Achtung, Panzer! And that's how we roll. You get it? Because we're rolling, because we're a tank. Yeah, let's just end it here.